Hello. Hello, everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible? Can you see my screen? Confirm on the chat, please. Hello. Okay, we'll wait for 5 more minutes and get started. How are you guys feeling? Is the exam very stressful? Are you guys worried about anything? Give me a minute, guys. Sorry. Some people are asking for the link. I'm just sharing that. Okay. Hey, Vardhan. How was your exam prep? Did you do well? Hello. Okay. So, couple of things. Hi, Prananjay. Prananjal. Pran, Pranjal. Pranjal. Sorry. Hello. Welcome to the channel. We'll be doing couple of things. You'll just be seeing me. Uh, I'll be trying to guide you through your exam tomorrow, and we'll be doing how you're going to give your paper tomorrow. The first most important thing on how the paper has to be presented, because this is not the time to start learning new topics, anyways. So we'll see first on how you have to give the paper tomorrow, the key things to remember so that you don't lose marks on presentation part, because that's the only thing you can correct. Some of the key important topics of physics and bio, what are, I'm so sorry, key important topics of physics and bio that you need to prepare for sure. Practice more and all of that. And you can also drop your questions or a specific problem that you want me to solve or any concept you want me to revise in this chat, in this video, on the chat, and I will help you with that. Okay, so first things first, starting with the exam tips. The exam tips are very straightforward. First thing, as you know, as per new CBSE rule, you need to write the physics in the physics section, chemistry in the chemistry section, and bio in the bio section. You cannot mix between sections. You have to write it in the same section. Leave space if you do not have time, and if you don't want to answer a particular question yet, leave space in the physics part and then move to the next one. The next important thing, clear and structured answers. Don't write paragraphs, give clear definitions in points. For all 2 mark questions, try to write at least which section to start first. I would say start with the one you are most well prepared with. Whatever you are very well prepared. Let's say you're very good at physics or you're very good at chemistry, do chemistry first. Or if you're good at bio, do bio first. I was very good at bio in my 10th and I did bio first, but we didn't have that rule at that point. It's way back in 13 years back. But you can start with what you're more comfortable with. Need not go with the question paper order, but ensure you keep all physics in one section, all bio in one section. Since bio is more theory, like you have to write a lot, somewhere writing bio first helps you not lose time later. That is what I feel in general. But if you're really good at physics, get done with what you're easy. It builds confidence and you can write the others better. Okay. Now, coming to the next point is you have to write clear, structured answers. Don't write paragraphs, don't write stories, write clear answers. And wherever it's a law or a definition, you have to give exact keywords that are in the textbook. For example, let's say we're talking about Ohm's law. You have to write the exact definition with the conditions in which it comes. So the question is there a possibility that diagram questions can be asked to draw it? Yes, in bio, yes, you will be asked to draw diagrams. It's the standard practice, but not. See, everyone knows that no one is a Picasso here, right? Everyone knows that you can't be a Picasso here. So draw the basic diagram, label it correctly, you will get your marks. If you draw the basic diagram and label it correctly, you will get your marks. So marks are in diagrams are generally for the little neatness, use of pencil and scale, and correct labeling. Like, don't label atrium and ventricles wrong, but no one's expecting you to draw a very perfect heart. If you draw a very basic heart with bifurcating things, it is good enough. You will get your marks. It should be neat. Use a scale, use a pencil, put arrows, draw, give the right labeling, and you will be getting your marks. Don't worry about diagrams so much. Not, come on, not everyone is an artist here, right? So no one's giving you marks on how beautiful the drawing is. People are trying to see how well you've understood the diagram. So the labeling has to be right in diagrams. Coming to the other part is for 2 mark questions, right? Points for sure, right? More points if you have, but there should be 2 clear points. For 3 mark questions, write 3 clear points. The points come, this works even for your social exam or your Hindi, Sanskrit, English, any theory exam. 2 marks, 2 points, 3 marks, 3 points should be there, which are relevant and make sense. And like I was saying, the Ohm's law example, any law, any definition, you have to write what is there in the textbook. It matters. Like, let's say you're writing Ohm's law. So you have to say that the voltage and the current are proportional for any given wire at the given temperature, right? For a given particular metallic wire, because that law holds true only when the temperature is constant. It changes as soon as you change the temperature. When you go to higher classes, you study the variation of resistance with the change of temperature. Like, it comes in your BTech and all of that. Like, as I increase the temperature, the resistivity keeps decreasing, increasing, and all of those things. So because that law holds true only at one temperature, writing that makes it a law. It's a law in that condition. Same thing applies for Snell's law as well, for a given particular medium, for a particular color of light. Those two conditions are very important. Any law, you have to write the straightforward answer, don't go wrong. Any place you feel that there are issues because of there is no, like, I don't know much, what should I do, how do I get marks in this, at least vaguely what you know, write it. And if you have any diagram in mind or a formula in mind which is related to it, write that. Some marks will surely be given for at least trying to attempt that question, right? And the other thing you should definitely practice is, don't try to spend more than 5 to 10 minutes for a question. I'm sorry, don't try to spend more than 5 to 10 minutes or more than 15 minutes on a question, because what would you gain by wasting time on this when you can do something better in something else, right? This is an exam with no negative marking, it's not a competitive one. So write what you know first, leave space in each section, come back later. Coming to the other part, in all numericals of physics or chemistry, don't forget to write the units in the end. Write the units in the end. You've solved 7 sample papers. That's great. That's really great. I would like to know how much score you would have got in these sample papers and how you have checked these sample papers. That also matters. But if you have practiced 7 sample papers with good if you've practiced 7 sample papers and you have like got the time management and everything, it's pretty good enough, right? And don't worry even if you haven't solved so many practice papers, because ultimately it's a practice paper, and the board level could be high and low. As we have seen in the maths exam, it was nothing close to the sample paper that was there. Every year one paper is tough, so it's a good thing to practice sample papers, and 7 is more than enough. 3 to 4 is something which teaches you. See, sample papers ultimate goal is to teach you time management, paper presentation skills, because every paper will have different questions. Not, it's more of a test of how well you can do all the questions at once. So definitely, if you can, right now you can try one more paper if you have the time, like right now, like start after the live and you can try one more paper and close your books after that. Go out, play, do whatever you want, but don't study. Post that. Hi Anvish, I forgot to give the paper. What to do? Which paper? You mean sample paper? Nothing happens, don't worry about it. Even if you don't, if you have studied your concepts right, you can write. All you might struggle with is a little bit of time management and a little bit of paper presentation, but you can get well with it. You can do really well with it. Coming to the other thing that I wanted to mention, units of all physics and chemistry. Don't forget any units anywhere. It's very important to have write all your units. You have to write whether it's 3 volt, 4 volt, or 2 ampere, 3 ampere, or 5 ohms, or anything for that matter. Next important thing for physics, right hand thumb rule, use your right hand. Left hand Fleming's rule, use your left hand. Think before you write the answer which hand you have used. There's a light lag in the thing. There's a Anvish, I have done a video of important numericals of physics where I've covered every possible numerical that can come in 10th class physics. It's a possible every possible type of numerical will come. If you have practiced all those 20 numericals, there's nothing more that can be twisted. So you can check out that video. But to give you a gist, you can definitely do numericals in lenses and mirrors, where you have anything where you have to find the object image distance and the magnification. That's a basic template. And also try to see the numbers where there is magnification of -1, same size at C, all those correlations. And when it comes to electricity chapter, Ohm's law is your Bible. So you have to do Ohm's law numericals. And there was one complicated Ohm's law question that I have done in the physics one that you can do. Human eye, the numericals are less. Uh, I'm not sure what your name is, but the human eye numericals are less. Most numericals that come in human eye would be like, they'll give you the diagram of like the defect, and they'll ask you what defect it is, and what lens corrects it, or where you will like how do you correct it, and ask you to draw the diagram of that correction. So you draw the exact diagram, and you can do something like they will ask you what causes that defect. This is one kind of a numerical but non-numerical. Or they'll tell you the power of two lenses, ask you to find the focal length, and from that you have to tell what lens it is and what defect it corrects. These are the only two kinds. We have done these questions in the numericals video of physics. You can check that out where I've clearly explained this. And there was one numerical and one previous year question where they did on rainbow. And you got 79 out of 18 pre-boards without studying, so you're not studying now. Great, I'm really proud of you for getting 79 out of 18 your pre-boards. Not studying now, I would say that's your personal choice. You're confident, I'm good. You're confident, that's good. Studying is not meant for getting marks always. Study for the fun of it, trying to learn what is there, what more can come. I feel you're very well prepared, and you can be confident with it. I'm not saying that paper would be tough. Based on the trend, in my year when wrote board, our maths paper was tough. Our physics paper or our science paper was easy. But what happens when the paper is easy is they will not, like in your maths paper was very tough. So what happens, even if someone writes steps, you'll get your marks. But when the paper is easy, they will not like give away marks at all. So what happens, even if someone misses a small unit somewhere, small calculation, you will lose marks. So being thorough for easy paper is more important. Having an easy paper is more competitive and tougher to get marks than a hard paper. If it's a hard paper, more people will get. Will you do a live tomorrow morning? Don't you have to travel to your exam location and all of that? Which time would you want me to do? So coming back to important numericals of human eye. Okay, maths or stuff because you're a JE student. Okay, great. Nice. All the best for your preparation of JE. So I'm talking about generally everyone. How are they doing in terms of maths and science? Not everyone it was easy. Actually, it was tough for a general average set of students. Coming to the human eye chapter, like I said, basic questions: electricity, Ohm's law, and the one golden rule: series current is constant, parallel voltage is constant. They'll ask you twisted questions on that. You have to prepare. One question you can keep aside related to power and all things related to power and all of that, where there is like electricity bill calculation, power of things. And when there is power, series and parallel, like if it's in series, you use the current formula. If it's in parallel, you use the voltage formula and solve. 4 a.m. Okay, I am right now almost 7 months pregnant, and I have a toddler at home who goes to school at 6. So cannot wake up at 4, and I have a full time job which runs till 11 p.m. So I don't think I can wake up at 4. But you can watch this stream, or you can watch other videos where there is enough guidance for you. What would you want me to do in that live? You can ask me now and I can help you with. Prashant Kirat is doing at 4 a.m. I'm great. That's his full-time job. He does this for living. Like I said, I have another full-time job, and I am also pregnant, and I have a toddler. It becomes hard for me to do at 4 a.m. You can watch his live at 4 a.m. And honestly, if you ask me, I wouldn't suggest waking up at 4 a.m. on the day of your exam. You have to sleep fully. Your exam starts at 10:30. Let's say you take 1 hour to reach your exam place, given most people get it closer itself. 9:30 you leave your place. You wake up at 8, get up fresh, brush your teeth, take bath, pray to God, whoever you pay, pray, and you just go ahead and know that you have prepared well enough. That's what it is. So I wouldn't, even if I wasn't pregnant, I didn't have a toddler and I was doing this full time, I wouldn't do it at 4 a.m. It's asking too much from you people to wake up at 4 a.m. on the day of exam. I would rather do this time, 6 p.m. It's not worth it to wake you people at 4 a.m. Already everyone's pushing you people. Why do you want to lose sleep on the day of exam? You'll end up very chaotic if you wake up at 4 a.m. Hi Shrija, I'm right here. Okay, so I was not doing this. I was also studying, so it took me a while. Coming back to what else we should do in Ohm's law. Yeah, so the power questions you have to prepare, and for the magnetism chapter, all you need to prepare is the right hand thumb rule application, left hand rule, how you will use, like curled fingers. Current is the thumb, and curled fingers magnetic field. And this one, always remember the middle finger is the magnetic field, pointing finger current, and the thumb shows the direction of where the force will be. Left hand rule, right hand rule. Don't get confused. If you have a pen or pencil while writing, keep it aside, think thoroughly, and write. Stay calm in your exam. You can crack it. You can do it. You have studied enough, prepared enough, you have mastered enough. You can do it. Coming to the next one, bio. What you would want me to do in bio? Like anything you are doubtful about, any questions for biology? Okay, all are good at bio this time. Heredity. Okay, heredity is the one thing in bio that where you can get twists and turns and questions. In heredity, all you need to understand is how the gametes are formed for dihybrid or monohybrid. Dihybrid is where it gets confusing, monohybrid as well. So how the gametes are formed is what the law is. Whatever is the law, that is how the gametes are formed. So you have to ensure every trait, whether it's color or shape, is visible in the gamete, right? So if there is, let's say you're doing both shape of the seed and color of the seed, then your gamete should have, in the second generation, should have R for the color, sorry, for the shape, and it should have the Y also for the color. So both characteristics should be seen in the gamete. If your gamete is right, your cross is right. Same thing happens in monohybrid as well. What will be the gamete? Whatever characteristic you're doing, all the characteristics should be visible in all the gametes. So when all characteristics come in all the gametes, all these gametes will merge, and then that Punnett square is a probability of what all children are possible. So I'm not saying that when I say that 3 is to 1 ratio, what I'm trying to say, there's a possibility that 75% tall trees are possible, 25% short trees are possible. That is what the whole cross means. Now, the questions that come from this chapter could basically be something like, there are 690 short trees in the tall trees in the F1 generation. Find out how many tall trees will be in the F2 generation. So you take 75% of the 690, you show the cross, show the entire cross, and then say the phenotypic ratio is 3 is to 1. So the 75%, 3 by 4th of that 690 will be tall in the F2 generation. These are the most possible twisted questions that can come from heredity. You can solve it accordingly. And if anything else complicated from heredity would be the sex determination bit. That is also the same thing. If your gamete is right, it will be right. See, think of this in this logic that whatever traits you get as a person is coming directly from your parents. So all the characteristics, your eye shape, color, your nose shape, color, size, so all characteristics are present in every gamete. So if you're doing a dihybrid cross, all the characteristics, shape and color of the seed, all those characteristics, one of the traits should be present in the gamete. That will solve half your problem in heredity. Okay, anything else, any questions from other chapters of bio? Come on. Life processes, great. So from life processes, prepare all the enzymes, do well with master which enzyme does what, which enzyme comes before what, and what enzyme digests and what helps the other enzyme digest, like lipase, trypsin, all of these things, which needs an alkaline medium, which leads a this one. For life processes in plants, photosynthesis, the equation of photosynthesis, balanced one, better memorize it, remember it, the balanced equation, or you already learn balancing in chemistry if you can balance it, but that's not a very straightforward equation to balance. So it takes time. So instead, go with a balanced equation, prepare it. And then next one is to learn the stomata, open, close, guard cells, water content. That is the important part. And transportation in plants, learn those definitions of translocation, transpiration, what could be like why is transpiration necessary, like it takes in water to get more water in, all those concepts. After transpiration, there are other things only come for MCQ in plants, like the excretion can come as an MCQ, like where is things stored and all of those things. Most things that come from plants are either the nutrition stomata based or something related to transpiration translocation side. That is what comes from plants. Other than that, the circulation, human heart of life processes is ultra pro max important. Always do that. Please do the life processes one. And you can also circulation, the heart diagram, the double circulation, single circulation difference. There's a short video that we have done on the difference. You can remember it. There are at least 7 points in that video, but at least writing three, it will come for a 3 mark. Write three of those main points and it will be good. And you can also do a preparation on things like other important topics, which you could do is the nephron diagram and how the filtration happens. These are some of the important topics of life processes. Coming to, we already discussed heredity, the two crosses, the possible numerical and the sex determination one. There could be some questions on acquired traits and inherited traits, like trying to understand which is acquired trait, which is inherited trait, but to be straightforward. Okay, that won't be much confusing. And the other thing that is important is we need to do something like coming to control coordination, plant hormones, tropisms, which hormone helps what tropism when it comes to plants, and in animals the brain parts and what part controls which, and if that gets affected, which gets affected. Those kind of things are important. That usually are the MCQ set, the control coordination brain parts. Coming to the, sometimes the sensory organ names are asked, like what's the sensory receptor name of the tongue or nose or ears. It's a memory based thing. Most of them are that. You can check out the biology MCQ video that we have done, where we've covered 50 possible MCQs that can come from bio. That will give you a great insight on what could be the ideal way of doing it. There are some good heredity questions in that, where you get the taste and flavor of what kind of questions can come. Sometimes they ask you in heredity things like, if this is my progeny, what could be the parent? So you try to draw the Punnett square and figure out what is the parent. So those kind of questions are there in the MCQ video. Please do check that out. And the other thing that you can do is, apart from heredity, our environment is just memory. You memorize everything and you write it. And coming to the last one, the other one that we have is how do organisms reproduce, is an important chapter. From that, you have to remember asexual reproduction with examples, like what are each example of asexual reproduction. And also remember the also try to understand the vegetative propagation advantage. It's the favorite board question. And the last thing that you can do is, I think, the sexual reproduction, the male reproductive system, basic understanding, and female reproduction. The more than the systems, the definitions of fertilization or zygote, or how placenta helps, what is menstruation, and also what is this one, sexual health, regarding how do you avoid pregnancy or sexually transmitted diseases. All these things become more important when it comes to how do organisms reproduce. Okay, I think we've covered most of it. Is there anything else anyone wants to ask questions or learn or anything? Go ahead. Okay, we have, I think, covered most important topics as well. We've covered some numericals. I think it was pretty good. Most people have asked their questions as well. So always remember, you're never underprepared. You're only you're little behind, that's all, or you've done enough. You've whatever you could do so far, you have done, you have practiced, you have mastered, you have done everything possible. So you should just focus on trying to get better at what you already know. Like, I know Ohm's law really well, so I will not lose any mark in Ohm's law, so let me do everything possible. Don't try to learn any new concept now, but master what you know really well. You need not be a great mastermind to do this. Everyone does 10th, everyone does it. It's not going to be so tough. Do what you do it accurately and properly. You will score good marks in your exam. Okay, this was a great live. I'm glad I could answer questions of much people. Again, I wouldn't, you all can join the 4 a.m. live, no questions asked, but don't try to sacrifice your sleep just before the exam. Sleep well, eat well. That ensures your exam goes well. First, your life processes of your own life have to be sorted for you to concentrate elsewhere. Right? So, focus on your basic needs of sleep and food. Don't strain yourself. If you're into sports, go out and play for a while. Calm your mind. Take the exam off your head. Be stress free. You will answer 10 times better than what you would if you weren't in that zone. Okay, so do well. Any more questions? I'm ready to take, and we can go ahead with it. Any more questions on anything? You don't have to be sorry about it. No one knew I was. How would you know what is going on with me? That's fine. It's fine. I'm not doing at 4 a.m. Even if I was fine, for a very basic reason that sleep before your exam. It's not the time to wake up, right? Okay. Sleeping before exam is more important. Anything else? Anyone wants to answer? Questions? Life processes? Question? How to write your exam? Any important topics? Please go ahead. Okay then. Great. This was good. Let's end it. I don't want to waste your time. You can either revise something or you can prep well up. There are two revision videos where we do a complete revision of bio and complete revision of physics. You can watch those videos just to keep yourself going. There are links for notes for both of those videos. You can click on the link and download notes of everything. Ma'am, could you please explain how to solve numericals from refraction? Refraction, yes. It'll mostly be a convex lens, right? Oh, you mean refraction as in Snell's law and all of those things, refractive index, etc. Okay, so refractive index. Vardhan, can you confirm if you're saying numericals on refraction as in the Snell's law and all of that? Assuming it is that, for see, there are only three formulas over there. One is the Snell's law formula. Sin I by sin R is equal to the refractive index of one medium by the other, from where it is going to where it is entering. So I say refractive index of 1 by refractive index of 2 if it's going from 1 to 2. Sin I by sin R. Incident is where the 1 is. So now that is one formula. Second is the absolute refractive index formula, which is refractive index of light, the speed of light. Yeah, speed of light divided by the speed of light in that medium by vacuum by medium. You already know vacuum ka speed, which is, I'll come back to your question Predator. Nice names, you guys. So so if absolute refractive index is somewhere around, let's say the absolute refractive index is speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in medium that it is going. So in that case, you already know 3 is to 10 to the power 8. They will give you either the speed or the refractive index. You need to cross multiply and find out any one of this. You already know C, 3 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second. Now the next possible thing is speed of light in refractive index as a comparison of one medium is to other. In that case, whatever medium is first, like if I write nu 2 is to 1, I will write speed of medium in 1. Speed of light in medium 1 divided by speed of light in medium 2. So it is both the places. That is first. That is the most important thing to remember there. Now, the questions that come is they'll give you two refractive indexes or indices and ask you to find the speed of light in that medium or speed of light with respect to this. That is how they twist. Or they will ask you how the angle of refraction will be using this. There is a numerical in our physics numerical video where we have solved those questions, how we use refractive index. One is there in the light chapter video itself, one is there in the physics numericals video. You can watch both. You will get clear understanding on how refractive indexes will be used. Understand that there are only three formulas here. Solve at least both of those questions parallelly. While you watch the video, solve it. You will be able to answer your question. You will be able to understand how it is solved. Both those questions you can just watch once. You will get better clarity. Okay, Predator, yes. Why aluminium is more reactive than iron, but it is used to make cooking utensils? Aluminium cooking utensils. Okay, this is chemistry, I believe. Uh, to be very honest, I have to prep chemistry, but I'm talking generally. Yeah, I'm talking in generally, but I haven't taught chemistry this year. Planning to do it next year. I've done only physics bio, but I can try to answer your question by saying aluminium is more reactive than iron, but it is still used to make cooking utensils because I think aluminium is more malleable than iron compared to, yeah, it's more malleable. You can make better utensils with iron, and cooking utensils are made out of steel, which is another form of iron. It is not made actually out of iron. So I think I'm not sure. Don't go by my answer, but I'm answering out of generally that because aluminum is more malleable compared to iron, it is used to make cooking utensils. Okay, any more questions? Ma'am, can you please tell the parental ratio if F2 generation dihybrid cross of RYY and RYY? Can you tell about solenoid? Okay, I'll come back to your question, Divya, asking Tangman. Okay, so where do you find these cute names? Okay, so dihybrid cross parental ratio is RRYY. So you're saying you're crossing to one round and green plant with round and yellow seed or yellow color, like wrinkled and yellow. So you're going the opposite way. Now, what you will do is you will draw gametes for this. What will your gametes be? It will be capital R, small y. The other gamete will be capital R, capital Y. Another gamete will be small r, small y. One more gamete will be capital R, capital Y. Right? All the traits of all characteristics are expressed. Now, the Punnett square that you draw will exactly look like what your Punnett square is for the other one, which is capital R, capital Y wala. So, it's be the exact same ratio of this one. You want, hello Anvika. Okay, coming to, can you tell about solenoid? Yes, solenoid is you take a wire and you turn it on top of a soft iron core. So when you connect this iron wire, which is turned like this, you add it to current. Current causes magnetism that we have seen. The galvanometer twitches because there is magnet in current carrying coil. When you have this coil, we have also seen that in a circular loop, multiple coils increase the magnetic field that is produced. So you remove this soft iron core, this curled iron is the solenoid. So basically a solenoid is used to magnetize anything which is not magnetic, because once the current is connected to this wire, the magnetic field that it produces is very similar to that of a bar magnet. So what they do, they take another iron piece or a core and they pass it through this solenoid in and out, and it gets magnetized. And once it's magnetized, it is called an electromagnet because it's a magnet generated from electricity. That is all a solenoid is. A solenoid is, and the number of turns are more in the magnet in the solenoid, more is the magnetic field that it is producing. Okay. Hello, Anvika. Predators. Next question. Most non-metals produce. Dude, I haven't done chemistry this year, but I'll try to answer your questions. Most non-metals produce. See, I've studied chemistry long, long ago. That's why I need time to prepare chemistry. That's why I didn't take much load this time. Most non-metals produce acetic oxides when dissolved in water. Reason: acidic oxides dissolve in water to form acids. Acidic oxides are OH. Acetic oxides are sulfur oxide is SO3. Yes, when dissolved in water, they form acids. Acids is OS. साइंस में तो केमिस्ट्री आता है, नॉट डाउट अबाउट इट, बट व्हाट हैपेंस इज व्हेन यू हैव स्टडीड 11th 12th and then you do btech and then you do mba and then you start working, you remember physics and bio because it's part of life, but chemistry ka some things get passed away. So I'm preparing now. When your exams are going on, I'm studying chemistry to teach chemistry next year, so it takes me time to get back. Remember, chemistry is one thing you will never use in life, so it takes time. I'll come back to your question, Vardhan. So acidic oxides, I'm assuming, is an O3 O plus thing which dissolves in water to form acids. Yes, water. If it's in water, it should form OH, right? Someone correct me. I'm still studying this. So if it dissolves in water, it will form OH. So that OH is actually a base. Someone correct me on this. So just check on that. it, मेरा 10th, I wrote my 10th in 2013. No, 2013 I wrote my 12th. 2000 I wrote my 10th in 2010. And our year was the first year when CGPA was introduced. Until then, there was always percentage. So we are the first guinea pig batch of CGPAs. Right? So it took me a while to get back to chemistry. Bio and physics is like my heart and soul. Okay, so coming back to you're welcome, Tangman. Vardhan, could you explain on the resistivity? Concept of resistivity. Okay, so resistivity is a characteristic nature of a metal. That metal itself has a property to allow electrons or stop electrons. So if it's a metal which is like iron or copper or aluminum or any metal generally, it allows electrons easily. That is how the structure of that material is. If it's a non-metal, it generally has more resistivity. It doesn't allow things to pass through, and this depends also on temperature and length of the resistance depends on the temperature, sorry, the length of the wire, the area of cross section. Obviously longer length, more time, or more time for electrons to pass. Smaller radius, it will pass through very slowly, more resistance. Resistivity is the general ability of the material. It's a characteristic ability of the material to allow electrons or not. It is like it's in my nature to allow it or not. It's not that you can do anything to change me to allow electrons. It's my nature that I won't allow electrons. So that is what resistivity is. Can you tell me about ozone layer and getting depleted? Okay, so ozone layer comes out, yes, coming to enzymes, Lasya. So ozone layer is placed on top of the earth. So what happens, the oxygen that goes up to the earth's atmosphere further up, it in the presence of uv rays splits into two oxygen molecules. This one free radical oxygen merges with the O2, becomes O3, so that is oxygen. This ozone layer protects the earth from all uv rays and everything with it, because it that is what its nature is. So it keeps dividing and adding up, so it protects the earth from uv rays. Uv rays are harmful for us because they can cause skin cancer and other diseases in people, so that is why uv rays have to be protected. Now it gets depleted with chlorofluorocarbons that are released from our old acs and refrigerators. These chlorofluorocarbons react with that free radical oxygen or O3 and make it oxygen again, which reduces the protection of the UV rays. That is what is ozone layer and depletion. If a question comes on this, write why UV rays are harmful, write what ozone is, write those two equations, and say chlorofluorocarbons are getting depleted, which is causing that ozone hole and solar, the global warming and all of this. Coming to last, yeah, yes, you need about enzymes. So you want me to discuss all the enzymes from mouth to the end? I can do that. So mouth first, salivary amylase tries to digest starch, completes, converts starch into direct sugars, becomes starch becomes simple sugars in salivary amylase. Sorry for me turning this side. Coming to the other one, coming to the stomach, there are three things: HCl, mucus, and pepsin. I'm from Bangladesh. Okay, congrats, thank you so much. क्या मे भी पढ़ सकते हो? I'm sorry, I'm not able to understand what you're trying to say. 21st April will attend this exam. Okay, your exam has finished on 21st April. Okay. Okay, so coming back to the enzymes, I'm sorry. So coming back, stomach is HCl, mucus, and pepsin. HCl has the ability for pepsin to act. It has to make medium acidic for pepsin to act. So that's why HCl exists. This HCl is so concentrated that the stomach lining has to be protected. That's why there is mucus. Pepsin, anything which ends with in, digest proteins. Straightforward. Anything that ends with in, pepsin, trypsin, all of this digest proteins. So converts proteins. Pepsin converts proteins. Next, coming down, the liver secretes bile. Why we need bile? For two reasons. Now the medium is acidic because of HCl. I have to make it basic. This bile will make it alkaline or basic. Once the bile is basic or alkaline, then the next one will be bile becomes basic. Bile makes it alkaline or basic, and the other thing is it emulsifies fats. Basically, the fats are like floating when you eat your food. The fats are floating in that thing. It is not mixed with the food for the next the lipase to act on it. So for that, it has to emulsify or mix it. It is basically like how your oil floats on water. It will be globule. So you churn it like how you do buttermilk. You churn it and you make it mix with the water so that you can drink. So that is exactly what bile will do. It will emulsify fats. It will mix it with the digestive enzyme so that next enzyme can act. So it has made it basic and it is doing this. Now the pancreas releases lipase and trypsin. Again, anything with in digest protein. So trypsin digests protein and lipase will digest emulsified fats. Fats which are not emulsified cannot be digested. So it will digest emulsified fats. That is what lipase does. Now the intestine juices will convert protein to amino acids, whatever is remaining, carbohydrates to glucose, and fats to fatty acids and glycerol, which gets absorbed by the villi. This is what exactly happens. Once this is absorbed, the remaining water is absorbed in the large intestine, and large intestine it comes out through the anus. The villi have higher surface area. I mean, villi are structured that way for increasing the surface area of absorption. That is what is the entire digestive system. Coming to Divya's question, dispersion of light by a glass prism. Okay, so light dispersion is very simple. Light, when it passes through a prism like this, yes, Vardhan, the percentage of competency questions are increased this year compared to 2025. There will be more competency based questions because they're increasing the MCQs as well. They will make it a little twisted MCQ. You can check out the bio MCQ video where you have done a lot of twisted MCQ questions. Coming to the other point, light when passed through the prism, it bends differently because in the white light there are all colors are there. Now all these colors have different wavelength, so each has a different wavelength, so each one gets bent differently. Like the refraction is different for each light because of different wavelength. So when they come out of the prism, they come out as 7 different colors. That is what is dispersion. It is basically the spectrum of light visible when the light is dispersed through a glass prism. So it is basically because in white light there are components of colors and each of them have different wavelength, so they bend differently. Like their incident ray is same, but their refractive ray is different angles because of their wavelength difference in each color. Okay, that is what is glass prism. Yes, competency based questions are nothing to fear about. They're a little bit tricky. Like it will not be memory based. That's all. बायोलॉजी का पेपर गेस करना क्वेश्चंस किधर से आएगा देयर इज अ वीडियो आई हैव डन ऑन बायोलॉजी क्वेश्चन प्रिडिक्शन यू कैन वॉच दैट but 90% questions will come. See, one question on you can prepare life processes एक MCQ nutrition से आएगा 90%. There'll be one 3 marker question from circulation, one question from excretion. Respiration they may ask, may not ask, depends on every year. The other part, most next important, pakka sure pakka aega is reproduction, but usme like they have played enough. So this time I'm assuming mostly reproduction and plants will come, where you draw the plant diagram, explain what changes to what. Like there could be a good 5 marker question from that. You can watch that video on prediction of bio. You can see where more questions will come from. Okay, anyone more questions? Good to go. Do well in your paper, guys. You have studied well, you have done enough, you have prepared hard. This is where you have to put it all on paper. To do that, you have to be calm and peaceful. Remember, one paper doesn't decide your future, but whatever you've prepared, you have to write it properly and come. It goes both ways. Okay, study well, do well. Don't uh, take too much pressure about it. Be more peaceful and calmer. If you don't know a topic yet, don't struggle understanding it or anything. Catalyst, like last year, I have not done chemistry, but I can tell from basic understanding that catalyst is something that helps the reaction occur or occur faster. That is what I know about catalyst. Anything that helps any reaction occur, it could actually, like without the catalyst, the reaction either won't occur or the reaction is amplified if the catalyst is involved. Anyone can correct me if I'm wrong in this. Next year, chemistry will be my thing. Don't worry about it. I know by then you'll all be in 11th. Okay, about sex determination. So again, sex determination in human beings. There's a small para above about sex determination in other organisms like snails and frogs and all. Have a read about it. There could be questions from that. Just to memory based questions can come from it. Coming to human beings, the male has XY chromosome, the female has XX chromosome. We have pairs of chromosomes. Like whatever one chromosome is there, uska ek pair bhi rehta hai uske sath. So first one will look, there'll be one beside it which is exactly the same, because that is what you have got from your mom and dad. Same way, like that only, the last chromosome is called the sex chromosome, where for a boy it will be X and Y. The other one is not same as this one, that's why it's called Y. And for a girl it will be X and X. Okay, now this X and Y he has got from his parents only. This X and X also she's got from his her parents only. So now once these two X and Y are here, X and Y are here, now you write the gametes. What are the gametes possible? One gamete is X, one gamete is Y. Here one gamete is X, here one more gamete is X. Now when you merge the two X, one from the father and one from the mother, it merges and gives XX. So if it's XX, it becomes a girl again. And if the other one, X and Y from the father, becomes X and Y. So X and Y become the boy again. So any boy who has the Y, it's coming from his father, right? And in a girl ka X comes one from mother, one from father anyways. But the Y will always come from the father. If you think about it, something 11th 12th ka bio ka portion hai, but something interesting. Have you ever seen a girl whose ears have hair? You will not, because the genetic code for having hair on your ear is present on the Y chromosome. So only men have it, because only men have Y chromosome. That is how genetics work, because it's coming from the father. Similarly, there are many things which are linked to Y chromosome, but this is one interesting fact for you guys. This is what is about sex chromosome, sex determination. Anything else, anyone? Go ahead, ask your questions. We can do topics, everything that you wish to prepare. It's all good. prepare prepare diagrams. You can, if you're interested in drawing, you can sit and draw the human heart or something for now and keep your mind away from studying for a while. Or if you're not interested in drawing, you can also practice ray diagrams. We did a video on how you should draw ray diagrams. Watch that. That will give you full marks in ray diagrams. You won't go wrong. Pakka you won't go wrong. 99% you won't go wrong. I drew the same diagrams in 11th, 10th, every place, 12th. It's a good, best way to draw ray diagrams. I'm taking it hands down. It's easy that way. You will not go wrong. See, your ultimately your ray diagram or your numerical of lenses or mirrors should align with the theory that you study. Like in theory, if you've studied that if an object is beyond C, the image will be from between C and F or something. The ray diagram should depict it. Your numerical should depict it. It should align with what you've studied. That is what physics is all about. It cannot go wrong when you're doing it practically, right? Like when I look, I cannot say sun is rising from the west. No, it won't happen. It rises in the east is what you've studied. It happens in real life also. Go with the same logic. Always, we have done the numericals, we have not done any mistake in sign conventions anywhere, right? Practice ray diagrams, because if there's a ray diagram question, there could be a numerical and asked you to draw the same thing in ray diagram as well. So prepare that as well. Any more questions, please, guys? Go ahead. Study well. Do well. Go ahead. Ask your questions. We can solve every problem here. If you're worried, any personal questions, go ahead. Don't think twice before asking about मेरे को बहुत डर लग रहा है. You can say that. We have solutions for those things also. If you have prepared well, if you're done well in this exam, that is also great. I hope all your other exams went well. So far, I think there was English before science exam. And then there'll be social, which is another theory one, which is going to keep you guys tough. Okay. Okay, good. Hope that went well. So after the exams, like until your exams come, there'll be exam series going on the channel. After we are done with exams, on the channel we'll be doing a lot of videos on how you have to plan after your 10th, what you should do after your 10th, how you should select your stream, maths, or how you should select science or arts or commerce, what you should think before doing that, how you can prepare for your 11th, what all you can do in your 11th, whatever stream you take, what you should do, how you can build your profile. All those things will be on the channel once your exams are done, definitely, so that you can, try to grasp some information, get some guidance. So do watch the channel at that point so that you get some career advice and understand how it goes. Okay. Okay, then I think we are good. No more questions coming. Anyone, any more questions can please drop in. Okay, I'll let you guys go. It's been an hour. Study well for your exams. Watch all videos related to prediction or numericals or MCQs, or you can watch the rapid revision. Just revise all topics at one go. Spend 2 hours, you will be done with all topics in one go. Okay, spend 1 hour, you'll be done with all physics. You can prepare really well. Do that. And sorry, hope you do really well in your exam. All the very best, you guys. Congrats on coming so far. And it's just another week, and once you're done, life just starts. It doesn't end here, it just starts, but it's going to be a fun one. You will see soon. You will enjoy this. Give the paper for just showing whatever you have learned. Write clearly, write all points, and you have studied enough, prepared enough, and just go write what you have understood. Don't take it too much to your brain or head. Just be good with the whole thing. Okay, all the best, everyone. Study well. Right now I would suggest don't study anything. Go out for play, relax well, eat your food properly, sleep through, wake up whenever you can. If you want to revise anything in the morning, I wouldn't suggest that. Generally not a fan of it, but if that works for you, go ahead with it. study well and go ahead with it. Okay, you can do really well in your exam if you are more calmer, if you are more composed, and if you have eaten your food well, and if you are more slept well, you will be a much better person than a person who's more anxious and worried. Okay, you will think thoroughly, read questions properly, read clearly, mark everything properly, and do well in your exam. All the very best, guys. Do well. Okay, see you once we are done. There'll be one live session once your exams are over on what stream to choose, how you want to choose, any questions related to those topics. All of those we'll do on live as well. So until then, all the best. Do well, prepare well for your exam. Next year the channel's coming back with I know you all guys would be in 11th, but we'll do some portion related to 11th. But for 10th class kids, yes, we'll be doing chemistry and maths next year. Okay, all the very best, everyone. Congratulations. I hope you guys score really well, and wishing all the luck that you guys deserve. Thank you.